Good morning, it's Wednesday the 5th of February. Today I'm going to finally fix the mullions into position. The first thing I need to do is, I'm going to loosen up the canopy so then I've got access up there. I'm going to just blow out some of the holes prior to fixing them with resin. I've already had a very good go at that, so I'm going to fix the holes with resin rather than the cementitious grout, which I'm doing for the rest. The plan is to put the rods, and I've got the threaded rods now, into position, and then I'm going to place the first block and plumb and level that into place. Now, in the previous tests of doing this, I've been able to make sure it's plumb and level with the window side going up, but I've not been able to really check the centre window because I've only had two sets of rods, so now I've got four. But will mean that when I do fix them into place, I need to check for the first time that I am getting the window opening plumb and level square on the centre. So that's one new aspect I need to check up on. I should cut for the centre window, which I think is 800 millimeters. I'll cut some buttons for the spacing. I've got my jigs, so these have been really helpful, just allowing me to be setting the vertical from here and keeping. It's just one less aspect I don't need to worry about fitting the footprint of the jig. So resin in, block on, then the threaded rod. Now the resin stuff, I've got about 30 minutes I think. It's not that warm today, but it's not that cold either, it's about 10 degrees, so I've got some working time to make sure I'm happy with them being plumb against the side, and then also the new bit plumb against each centre mullion. Then hopefully, if that's all plumb and level, then it's easy going up from there. The only thing I worry about is that if that is kind of fixed in position, then I'm kind of stuck with going up from there. But it should be alright if I'm plumb and level here. Once I've got the first blocks in place and I'm happy with them, then I'll be pouring in the grout into the holes. The holes there with the grout. It's kind of free flowing, so it should go in quite freely, but I haven't used the material before. So I have to prepare that. I think that's the steps. Wish me luck. A slight change of plan, so I found my post level, so I'm going to use that to ensure that they're all plumb. Means I'm going to just go ahead with fixing the rods in place. I'm not worrying too much about the mullions at this time, and well, hopefully that works. I'll try it on one to begin with before moving ahead. Got my resin, so You push it out until it changes colour, then it's ready, and I can use this to time when it's setting as well. That's kind of setting now, so it should be done. Made it as plumb as possible. I've used that to hold it level in place and stuck it down. I think I'll give it a few more minutes before having a look. Yeah, that's reasonably set in place now, and that's all plumb. Do some tidying up there, get rid of some of that excess, and move on to the next. Second one in, the post level is helping. Hopefully it works out quite well. It's about a 12 centimetre gap between them from top to bottom, and I'm using that to rest it in place. Third one in place. Fourth one just about to fix. Fourth one done. So the rods are in place. Now, one thing I did do is a bit like joists. There just seemed to be it just appeared on this one. It was a tendency for it to naturally withhold being moved this way, only slightly. So I positioned that one there to the prevailing wind. Probably doesn't matter, just my thought process. So it's kind of naturally always resisting being pushed that way. But all the others were kind of just naturally had a tendency to just drop on the same axis, if that makes sense. First block is in. I was going to amend it slightly. It is a little bit not exactly plumb. It's about 0.5 millimetre. I was going to amend it, but then it's kind of welded in place with that adhesive now. I went to collect some scales so I could measure the materials for the grout. But yeah, it's this side seems pretty in line. It's almost dead centre, that, and that gives me exactly what I need. So I'm going to try now apply that adhesive and return it to this position. It's plumb, less so this side, but the face is exactly lined up. It's getting that time of afternoon. It's time to finish for the day. I have the first bit of the cementitious grout in there, and I measured it out for a 20 millimetre hole, and because of the actual rod it overfilled. I really wanted to intend to fill it halfway, but at least it told me that the material completely filled the hole. So I'll measure it out for each time I fill, make sure the material's settling all the way down, but it just acted almost like very water flowed down the hole. So plan for tomorrow is to continue. Hopefully today I've learnt enough about what I'm doing to then continue and hopefully get it done tomorrow. So I think next might move to this side, so then I'm sure about the width of the window as we go up. Some issues with the holes not big enough in the blocks, that is, so I haven't got enough tolerance there, so I'll be messing around probably on this side to begin with. and then, yeah, hopefully get it all done tomorrow.